feed the crew on the tour plant-based food. And
I love that.
we have a member of our extended team who's a security person, and he came to our team 250 pounds, I think, heavier than he left, because he started traveling with us and eating with us on tour, on Billy's tour, and he discovered plant-based food, and it was a massive health changer. Yeah. It is really hard, though, to get beyond the disinformation of decades of people being told they have to eat meat to be healthy. Do you think that there's ways that people who have really not been exposed to this way of eating, first of all, will it still help if someone is like, 40 years old, 60 years old, and they really haven't eaten this way? Are there signs that it really still makes a difference? And what are the things that you've seen that have maybe helped people make that transition and get beyond their decades of disinformation and bias?
Yes. So if you move towards a whole food plant-based, not just vegan, processed vegan food can be as bad for you as processed non-vegan food, but it's whole food plant-based. If you adopt that diet at age 20 and you're a man, it's worth 13 years of life expectancy, and for a woman, it's worth 10 years of life expectancy. If you make the change at age 60, it's worth 6 years of life expectancy, and even at age 80, it's worth 3 years of life expectancy. So it's never too late to add years to your life, drop pounds, and feel better by eating a plant-based diet. I'm 100% sure about that.
I think that's super encouraging, because I think we tend to feel like, it's too late, the damage is done, but that is really exciting news.
You can actually reverse pre-diabetes, and in some cases type 2 diabetes, by going to a whole food plant-based diet. For those people who care about their weight, a 5'8" tall man or woman weighs about 20 pounds less than his or her meat-eating counterpart if you're eating plant-based. How do you get people to eat plant-based? Well, exactly as you guys are doing on tour. You can remind people of animal cruelty. You can remind people that about a third of our carbon footprint is due to eating animals foods, and that it's bad for your health. But at the end of the day, all people really care about is taste. So the best way to evangelize them is doing exactly what you do. Introduce delicious plant-based food to meat eaters.
Yeah, with Support and Feed, every meal that we serve is not only nourishing to the recipient, but it's the first introduction sometimes to knowing that you're eating a plant-based meal. So that's why our meals for Support and Feed are restaurant quality. They're very delicious. And we make sure people know, like, that's plant-based, so that they can change their perception.